Hi, this is Swan with Swan Amity Studios, and thank you for joining me as we continue to stitch out all of the decorative stitches on the B-77 Bernette. We're going to be starting today's video with stitch number 155. Let's get stitching. Now this one I expect to be a fast stitch out. It's not going to move the fabric back and forth, which means I can just allow the fabric to glide under my fingers. And we're just keeping that centering line going right down the middle of our foot. We'll stop there and take a peek at what we've got. We're starting off with a very simple stitch. I like how this one stitches out, and this one I think has a lot of flexible uses. Let's go ahead and mark this as number 155. Number 155 starts all the way from the right, and this is the default size. Now I notice that this one, although on the display it looks like it's going to go straight up and down, it does have just a little bit of an angle to the stitch as it develops. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with that. I really like the way that this looks, and I'm thinking actually this might be really fun on like a little construction quilt project. So I might keep that in mind for a child's project. Let's take a look at 156, and we'll go ahead and drop our presser foot down, making sure that our centering line is right in the middle there, and drop our needle. We're going to go ahead and stitch this one out. It looks like it's a nice variation on what we have been doing over here with 155. Again, this one is going to be a fast stitch out, moves really quickly. We do have the B-77 set up to move at a high speed this time around. We've established that our decorative stitches do well that way. And again, this was a one that just moves the fabric straight through the feed dogs, no back and forth as it moves. This one, I think I also like. You can see how that's almost the same, little changeover. And what I'm seeing here are the potentials for little buildings. Once again, maybe a construction theme concept here. Very fun. And let's go ahead and stitch out a really simple one with 157. We're going to drop down one more time for this video. And again, both of these are also starting from the right. We'll go ahead and mark 156. Starting from the right, and that one was the default as well. Here we're going to be doing a really simple stitch, once again a variation on this one, and should stitch out really quickly. Oh yes, super fast. This one is just a race to the bottom, very quickly there. Let's go ahead and take a look at that as well. So a simple stitch. Now I like how that could be a nice little overlock for the edge of something. No reason not to use that on a hemline. But if I was using that with a heavy duty thread, I also see how that could really do nicely on any kind of jeans fabric or heavy duty fabric. Something where you don't want a whole lot of density of stitch, but you still want to get a little something interesting in there. So I'm thinking we'll go ahead and mark this one, 157. Starts from the right, and this is the default stitch. We're going to keep that in mind for some simple decorative stitches, maybe with a nice variegated thread, a little heavier. I'm thinking a 40 weight thread would look really nice with that. Thank you for joining us as we continue to stitch out all of the decorative stitches on the B-77 Bernette. And as always here in the studio, we are stitching happy.